How you doing, guys? Welcome back to Coffee and Juice. So what we're going to talk about today is that normally when you consume, Thailand content, Southeast Asia, someone's hitting you with the complaints, the negativity, the visas, the tax law, the tax laws, etc., all which is necessary. But what we're going to get into today as I start, my second iteration going back to the U.S. and living van life is that I want to highlight some of the points that should or give you the allure of coming out here and enjoying this place. So what we're going to do is we're going to break it down and hopefully get something out of it. So the overarching theme regarding coming out to Thailand or Southeast Asia is that there's probably more freedom here. Even though people will argue everything that I say, and once again, you guys can go to the comment section, have a great time. But there's so many freedoms out here, and once again, I think it's either people are unaware or they don't appreciate the fact that there's so much freedom for you. So now, once again, if you're a single male, a divorced male, or you're someone that's a couple and you want to come out here and enjoy it, there's so many things you could do. There's not really that much oversight regarding that. When I speak to people coming out from Canada, the US, talking about Europe, everyone seems to be miserable where they're coming from, and they're basically gravitating to here. So the question is why? Is because there's a degree of freedom found here. And that's pretty important that you could kind of chart your own course. So now when it comes to, once again, a vector of the channel is that I talk about, PEDs and the accessibility to that. The number one on the list is that you have the ability for the most part to do whatever you want medically. If you want to run 7,000 grams a year, not that I recommend that to you, you can by all means do so. Now, a lot of you are like, well, that's not even important to me. See, the thing is that conceptually, it should be important to you, because who are they to tell you or limit you on whatever your pursuit is or your goal is in this world regarding, Big Brother watching, right? Now, another thing to consider is that when we talk about freedom, and obviously people will judge this statement, but once again, I'm all for that, is that when can you, as in, this is for the boys right now, is that when could you, being 50, 60 years old, pull somebody quite younger than you? I won't put a numeric on it. And basically it could be commonplace. Now, obviously, if women enter the chat, they're not going to like this because once again, there's always these arguments that happen. But from the male point of view, where do you have this freedom or ability or accessibility to basically seek out a younger partner? So that's going to be number 2 on the list. So now let's get into number 3. So the number 3 to consider is going to be, if you're someone who's into cannabis or marijuana, is that you pretty much for now have the accessibility and the ability to basically smoke as much as you want, for now. I mean, until these things get changed, if they do. Then if we also talk about medical procedures, back home, there's something called the FDA, or there's more stringent rules regarding medical procedures. Now, if you follow these things closely, what you'll see is that there could be more availability regarding procedures, etc., when you start to basically get on a plane and discover things. So once again, we're talking about Thailand today, is that there's an ability to once again seek these treatments out. So now when we get into number 4, so another benefit of coming out here to Thailand is that now when I say Thailand, you are 1 hour or an hour and a half or maybe 3.5 hours, it depends, on basically exploring another great place in Southeast Asia. So now once again, if boredom sets in, who knows what's going to go on with these visa laws, is that you're basically a hop, skip, and a jump at a new community, a new environment, because once again, if you're in Thailand, Some years might want to, may have to hide for a little bit, depending on how you're running your game out here with the young ladies, which is basically going to be my segue into the next benefit of coming out here is that the adult entertainment, I've had discussions with a lot of people from a lot of different places. And all I could say is that there is, once again, this is going to get debated. There's no other place, I would say in the world, if you're looking to seek out a quote unquote good time. So now when you become a traveler, once again, I'm completely nomadic at this point. I really, wherever I put my hat is my home basically. So you might meet people from other parts of the world. And I think what that does, especially at a younger age, but even as you get older, is you start to really maybe understand life more. It gives you a more, expansive viewpoint on life, people's cultures and opinions. And a lot of these are going to say, oh, this is like wishy-washy nonsense. But in reality, it's really not, because you're going to meet people from Australia, South Africa, and you're basically going to be learning as you're traveling, as you're having fun. And you also might make great connections, either friendships or even in a business aspect globally. You can make some money if that's your intention. So just to close with this statement, probably, and I say probably for a reason, probably your worst day in Thailand is better than your best day in your country. Now, some will argue that as well, because once again, things will get argued. But all I can say is that from a positive standpoint, Thailand, there's a lot of check marks here. That's why people are excited about this new visa. And once again, the ability to come out here and explore for a long term or a long time. So coffee and juice. Hopefully you got something out of it. Yo, what's up? And I'll talk to you soon.